in a row.
Oh,
Wait,
come
hold on a second.
God.
No, I
I thought
wish
you
I had
were a
record.
champ.
I wish I had pressed record like 2 seconds. So how many times can't you bust it in a row, Nick?
3 times. You want me to rebust? Dude,
No,
you know how hard
seriously.
that is?
Okay, yeah, come on. I mean, 3 times in a row, is that like a record? A record of busting?
For sure. Like once I bust, I've got to at least wait like 15 minutes, and I would be like really fucking horny, like on stimulants to bust again. So they better
Busting
provide.
stimulants.
Well, you don't have any of that right now, so you've got to bust for a third time without it.
I mean, you just busted twice in 5 minutes. I bet you could muster up a
Yeah,
third for the
it
audience.
wasn't even 5 minutes. It was
Well,
probably
someone's got to get me going then. Someone's got to start. I am smoking now, so I got my stimulant.
Okay. So imagine this. Imagine that it is late spring, hot day. You're in Vegas. You're fucking with your homies. You're chilling by the pool. There are just, I mean, they're talking 10 out of 10. We're talking 11 out of 10s everywhere.
Do you guys
And
remember? What? Wait, hold on a second. Do you guys remember what the chick with the hat and the white suit?
yes, like imagine that, but there's 15 of her just shaking her booty around. I mean, it's just
Ooh.
eye candy as far as Willy Wonka's eyes can even see. And
Ooh.
Now we're
you're
using Willy
chilling,
Wonka's eyes.
you're in the cabana, and fucking 12 out of 10 waitress comes up to you and takes your order. Nick, what do you do next?
I fucking order. I'm getting a dragon roll this time. I'm getting a dragon roll, a hot sake, and I gotta keep it with the rainbow roll with extra lemon on the top. And then, oh man, when that shit comes, oh, I'm gonna have my feet, my toes dipped in the pool. I'm gonna drink the sake to make it hot on top with my toes cool in the pool, and then fucking to have a dabble of my rainbow roll while I've locked eyes with some bitch across the pool. Then I'm gonna slowly get down inside the pool and just bam, just fucking let it all out into the pool, and nobody will know, hopefully. And then
Hopefully.
yeah, it'll just I won't even have to touch it. It'll just like pow, and but hopefully it's all diluted when it comes out of my shorts, so that bitches don't be like getting out of the pool and shit. And then like I'm like a father all of a sudden to like three
Dude,
bitches.
I just see Nick getting out of the pool and some fucking jelly fucking spasm like following him, dude. Oh my god.
And then
You-
it's like there's something about Mary situation.
yes.
Some like 13 out of 10 girl just busts out of the pool and her hair is like slicked back right next to Nick. You're like, oh
Oh
shit.
shit.
Oh my god, that'd be so funny.
Oh
That's my
my
dream
god.
scenario. That's a dream.
Yeah,
Well,
there's a lot. There would be a lot to unpack with that whole situation. But man, that's a scene right there. And that apparently that's gonna be happening. The question is, do they serve sushi at a Vegas pool ordering situation? I don't know. I feel like that might not be
I
a
think they would.
possibility.
you'd
Yeah,
have to go to a fancy fucking pool.
yeah, not circus.
You
Right?
don't want that. You don't want that. They don't have any 13 out of 10s at Circus Circus.
No,
I
they
guess it really depends on your
But
taste.
what they do have at their pool is 13s and 10-year-old because there's fucking kids everywhere.
Oh, I know. The hottest girl there was the one that I was just the server actually just
Oh my
staring at her
god, dude.
boobs.
Yeah. Okay, so let me paint the scene for this situation. There's four dudes. We just got to Vegas, so we're in like long pants and shit, and we want to go check out the Circus Circus pool. So we're walking down there. They let us in, and there's just families everywhere.
Why would they let us in? I don't
It's
Because we were just
open.
like, oh, hey, we just want to go, like, we want to just check out the scene and kind of see if this is something that we want to, like, come back to and hang out. They're like, oh, okay, yeah, just walk right through.
I feel like all of that information is red flags all over the place.
I mean, it's
This is the
definitely a
place where the
red flag
family,
situation.
these are where the families and all them hang out. We just wanted to come out and check and see if this was our scene, if you know what I mean. No, I
And
don't,
so we
officer.
go,
No, I don't, sir. I'm
yeah,
calling the police.
we're standing out there. It's like there's barely anyone there, and all there is like a couple screaming kids and their parents and stuff. And then this,
Yeah.
I don't know, server waitress comes up and like I would say she's like a 7 out of 10, but given
Whoa,
the
Jesus.
situation of who we're around, she's like a 14 out of 10.
Oh, she was who were you around? Yeah, definitely. But she was my type. She was a Mexican shorty with big titties. Oh my God. Asking if I want a Corona? Fuck yeah. Jesus.
And you were just eyeing her up and down. It made me a little bit uncomfortable. Let's put it that way.
Perfect. That's what I'm going for.
I think
It's like
my
the first woman that we see, and you're just like eye fucking her so hard up and down.
I think
Oh
my
my God, yeah.
I think my favorite is the one with the other server in Vegas, and whoever fucked all that up. I can't remember
Sean
if it was
fucked it up.
Sean fucked
Oh,
it
is
up.
that dude? That was like, okay, how long was that ago? Like 12 years ago or something like that.
Gotta be.
That was one of our first trips to Vegas, I think.
And that was at like the very end of our night. It had been a long day of drinking and
That was not. It was
God
not
knows
at
what
night. It
else.
wasn't at night.
Oh,
It
it
was during the
wasn't. Oh,
no.
then fuck.
That was during the day, right? That
Oh,
was
I thought you were talking about
Oh,
the girl at the line to order pizza or like at whatever at the very end of the night and like just totally creeping on her.
I
And then I
do.
think she
Oh my
saw us.
oh.
God, I do remember that. That's so fucking funny, dude. That was
God
such a
damn it.
ridiculous goddamn Vegas trip. I feel like I have vague memories of whatever the fuck happened with the torn ACL. I don't know
Oh yeah.
how that
Oh, was
conversation came up.
that was like the dance move was the fucking torn ACL.
We were just talking
That
about out for this, like we got that on video. I need to find that. Like, Sean, did you say you had that video clip
I
somewhere?
think I do. I do. It's on my old computer, which I
Oh,
can access it.
oh,
I mean, it is piss poor quality because like
dude,
that
I
was well, iPhones were a thing, but it was just when video quality
dude,
was
yeah,
so bad.
exactly. I mean, come on, that's how long ago. I mean, God, it is kind of crazy actually to think of how much the cell phone technology has changed. But I remember just that there's a scene in our hotel and we're all just like fucking I don't know screaming that we're out for the season, we're done, and just fucking drunk as
oh,
hell.
we came back from the pool and we ordered some food to the room, and then the food got there and we were all fucking hammered and we were throwing the food everywhere and like
Yes,
the
yeah,
Parmesan
the
cheese,
Parmesan
and we are
cheese
just like
and
and we were jumping on the bed
but
because I think Jamal Charles tore his ACL.
Okay.
Somebody
Oh
did.
my God. Yeah, it probably was poor Jamal Charles. I fucking love me Jamal Charles. Nick, I think you had him
Oh yeah.
like consistently. I think you had him like 3 or 4
he
years.
he's in the NFL record books for most yards per rush. It's like really high number. It's like eight
I
or nine. They showed it when Chubb was running, and then Chubb
yeah
got injured. So it's
yeah,
sad. But
dude. I believe that, dude. Jamal Charles was a true ankle breaker, and I guess it's fun to like have a long. I think we went almost a solid 8 minutes without like referencing anything about fucking
That was a
football.
beautiful segue though, right back into football talk. Like
I think it
that
was.
just happened. That was so organic right there. I just
Yeah,
busted a nut in my pants right now.
dude,
oh
Sean,
shit!
my God. All right, you guys, we busted enough nuts to start a goddamn podcast. We might as well just be able to bust a nut when we actually finish one. So let's see. What do we got? I mean, a lot of things happen. And speaking of busting nuts, Nick, you are the nut buster.
Oh
Thank
man.
you.
This last
That's
week,
all I do.
you went nutty, buddy,
I had wide receiver 1 and 2 for the week, and it showed.
Who were they? Or it was Jamar Chase.
and
And DJ
DJ
Moore.
Moore. Yeah,
Oh,
DJ
DJ
Moore was
Moore.
insane, dude. Was
Oh,
it
dude, yeah, you had what? Almost did you have
100
nearly
points?
100 points
100.
between just the
I
two of
did.
them?
Yeah.
I
Well,
did.
all right. So let's. All right. So this is fine. We've got a lot to cover. I know we like missed a week, and so there's a lot of stuff going on. But we got Nick. We got Nick. He did score a ridiculous amount. Yeah. Let's break into this because I am really curious about how this all ended up playing out. So you're playing Nate, who
Yeah.
combined with all of his players got 108 points.
hmm After my two players, I think got like 104 or something
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
I think so. It's 53.2 and 49. Yeah, 102.
Damn. 102 points.
So
That's
2
more
players on
than
your team.
my whole team got.
With 2 players, you got more than 3 people's scores. Yeah, 3 people. Those players between themselves, Jamar Chase had 192 yards and 3 touchdowns. DJ Moore had 230 and 3 touchdowns. So they had 6 touchdowns between the two of them. What is that? 193
and 400 over 400 yards between the two of them.
That's more than a regular fucking team would have on a good day.
Yeah, that's
Like,
insane.
dude, I mean, talk about the juices just were flowing. And not only that, dude, the rest of your team also put up some respectable numbers. Like, you got
everybody came for once.
Except Kyron Williams.
Yeah, Kylo Ren Williams fucked me, but that's okay.
Yeah, it really fucked you on that. So you couldn't recover from that one.
He limped in, basically.
You also had Zach Moss on the bench. Dude, your bench also went off. Pittsburgh D went off. Kirk Cousins
I
had a
remember
decent game.
when you do you guys look at the like little weekly recap thing that they give every Tuesday?
Yeah, I like that. I just looked at that.
Where the fuck do you?
It's
where
pretty
do you see
boring,
that?
but
Where do you?
it just pops in the
You
chat
have to
every Tuesday
expand.
morning.
Yeah, you have to expand the weekly summary. It has more stats and stuff.
Interesting. I'll have to look.
Mine
at
just
that.
pops in. Mine just pops in the little chat. Like you almost can't miss it. But
if you click the chat, you have to click it from the chat. But I've never done.
Oh
that
right.
before.
Oh gotcha. Yeah, it's pretty
cool.
weak, honestly. It doesn't really give you much info. But one interesting piece was Nick. Even though you were already by far the highest scoring team, you also were the team that had like most points on the bench
left on the table. Yeah.
So like, I forget what you could, if you played it right, you could have had like 250 or something like that.
Yeah, 256. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Crazy.
That's crazy that your team just peaked in week 5, though. That's kind of early to peak, don't you think?
I needed that win so bad. I was like,
not just
wait. Can we look at the standings? I want to see like what did that do for your team, because you must have skyrocketed in the points category as well.
Oh, absolutely. That helped him so much.
Two schmucks.
Okay, let's see. View details. So Nick, you're in 6th place. I don't know where you were at before that.
I was in 9th.
But you were okay. So you jumped up 3 places, and now you're in 4th place for total points for. So yeah, you freaking. That just put you right back in the thick of everything, yeah.
Yeah. Whew, God, I was lucky.
Big, huge.
Yeah,
those
are nice weeks.
wins.
Those are nice weeks.
Yeah, that was a huge game. Yeah, that's certainly really, really, really put you back into the thick of things for sure. And I mean, when you looking at the standings, so you've got Chris at 1-4. And he's sitting at, oh man, sorry, the screen's a little far away. 548.
He's second to last, so it is starting to kind of, the points are starting to match up a little bit closer with the standings as we go now. So yeah, there's not as much like, oh man, this person's like number 3 in points for, but they're in 9th place. Like we're not really seeing that right now.
Right. And so, right now we have a big log jam at 2 and 3. So going from bottom to top, we got Will, 500. So he is in the true last place for points, right?
Yeah, but he's in 9th place in the standings.
Right. Okay. So
because he just won. Yeah.
So that one win, so the wins might end up being really, really huge. So yeah, Chris, hopefully he can string some together so he doesn't get too far behind. Man, that Chubb loss is devastating. Okay, then we're going up to Nate, 568. Okay, so that's just above John, but John's all the way up in 4th at 3 and 2. Okay.
So it's a one win loss difference between them, so a 1 game difference, and they're pretty close in points.
And it is pretty close in the standings all throughout. Okay,
Yeah, and
so
then there's
then
just that massive log jam between threes and twos and threes are all pretty much right in there.
yeah, wow.
But it's interesting that John is 3 and 2. He's in fourth place, but he is third to last in total points. So
Yes.
he's arguably, or point wise, looks like had a softer schedule.
Does he had the softest? Let's take a look. So
No,
where's
he is third softest. Oh, but interesting enough, our 4-1s have the least points against them, but you guys also are like almost leading in points for, so you can't really say too much about that.
it certainly helps, but yeah, who's the least? Oh, good old Misha.
Misha, yeah,
Good old Misha. People need to stop getting scared of this guy. Start showing up.
He's psyching. He's playing that psychological game.
Yeah,
That's why he's psyching us out.
that's what I'm telling you. That one loss, oof, man, I squeaked it, but a victory is a victory. Uh, dude, who was my one loss to?
I think the
It was the Nate. I think it was Nate
oh
actually.
yeah, I think it was. I think the person who has it the roughest right now,
Oh,
I
Phil.
mean, yeah, is Phil. So Phil's
Oh my
2 and 3.
God.
He has the most points against by a pretty wide margin, and he's number 2 in total points scored.
Hmm.
So the matchups have been very unfriendly to him, but
I mean,
he's
Yeah,
scoring a lot of points.
he was scoring a lot, and I feel like that was keeping him up in the standings for a while, and just yeah, I mean, it's not like he's too far, but I mean, who did he just lose to? He lost to Will actually. Will ended up beating him.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, Phil had a super down, like by far one of
Well,
the maybe the
lost.
worst week of anybody.
Yeah, lot
Lost
Anthony
Anthony
Richard.
Richardson,
Hmm.
and most everybody else just put up kind of some stinkers. He had a couple nice performances, David Montgomery, DeAndre Swift, but then Darren Waller actually had his kind of breakout game, but then like Miles Sanders 1 point, Cowboys defense
Negative.
-1, only
Hmm.
4.4 for Anthony Richardson. So just yeah, and well, he had some bye week issues. He had Justin Herbert and Keenan Allen on bye last week. So
Yeah,
at least
that
like
hurts.
two of his really big pieces are already done with their buys. Maybe he'll have Saquon Barkley coming back in the near future. So I feel like Phil's team is still really strong, and he's getting some of his best pieces back too.
True. Yeah, no, I I don't think this is the future for Phil's team. At least
No,
79 points. But
no way.
yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see how it shakes out for everybody for sure. But yeah, Phil has been this entire time a monster. I think he was in first for the longest time for points
Yeah,
for
yeah, he
points.
definitely was. Yeah.
Well, I mean, hey, good win for Will. Got him to 2 and 3. Phil is also 2 and 3. Funny enough, the other two teams that we did not talk about. I mean, I guess Nate, we did kind of touch on him, but you got Nick and Joey. Now, okay, it was Joey against Misha, so that was his loss. Um,
that was a close one.
Man, I thought, yeah, for
Yeah, that
some
one
reason
was really close.
I thought
Close.
Joey was winning this one, but I hadn't checked it. So let's see, who was it for? Oh man, wow, there's some performers on Misha's side for sure.
Yeah, Travis Etienne,
Yeah,
that really did it for him right there. That was by far Etienne's biggest game. I mean, not even close. Yeah, super biggest game.
Yeah, 136 yards, 2 touchdowns. He had four
Pretty
receptions.
interesting matchup because on both teams they had some pretty heavy individual performances. Like Joey had Brock Purdy 34, Tyreek Hill 33, Calvin Ridley 21. So like there's some big things popping there, but
Wow.
I guess
So
just too many weak ones in there too.
so I never would have guessed. And hey, and props to this kid for making the most of his opportunities. right now, Brock Purdy is the number 7 fantasy quarterback.
Yeah, he's looking real good.
I mean, shit.
He hasn't. I don't think he's thrown an interception this year yet.
Nick, have you seen? I swear to God, I'm pretty sure it's what's his name? Who is that wide receiver that you were just like super into on the Ravens? He came from Carolina. Steve Smith.
Steve Smith. Yeah.
Right. Okay. I think he has a podcast that he does now, and
Oh, tight.
he
Let's join
fucking
it. Invite him on.
yeah. Let me invite one of the fucking angriest footballers that we've ever fucking seen to our little podcast. See what kind of intensity he brings. But dude, yeah, he was talking about just a whole bunch on like Brock Purdy and just how NFL scouts just don't know shit. Like he was
Yeah.
fucking what last guy drafted, and he's I think they said he's something like 19. Like if he starts and finishes the game, he's like 19-0 or something,
Not that much.
or something some stat like that, wasn't it?
Yeah, he won like 7 games last year or something, and then he's obviously undefeated this year. So
How
yeah,
many
like
yeah
12-0.
so how many games has he played so far?
He lost that
12.
playoff game.
He did lose, but he fucking got a broken arm or whatever he did. Like
So he
pretty
he
early
didn't
in the
finish the
game.
game, right? That's
No,
that's the whole thing.
he got out of the game. Yeah, so yeah, you can count that one up as a loss. That was the NFC Championship against the Eagles.
Mm-hmm. Fuck.
But
Well,
outside of having his fucking arm broken or whatever it was, he's undefeated, and yeah, he has not thrown an interception yet this year. So
Well,
yeah, they're the whole.
he's kind of like the beneficiary of that offense, though.
That's the whole argument across the NFL experts, talk show hosts, and whatnot right now is like, is Brock Purdy actually that good, or is it just Shanahan's system? Like, you could throw anybody in there. Like, I forget who it was. Somebody said that like you could throw Mac Jones on the 49ers and he'd be doing the exact same stuff that Brock Purdy was doing. But I was listening to the Pat McAfee show from yesterday, and they had Aaron Rodgers, like they always do, on there.
mm-hmm.
And Aaron Rodgers was like, I don't know if Mac Jones would be doing the same thing, but he's like, I gotta say, Brock Purdy is doing some amazing things. Like at the end of the day, the quarterback is leading the charge no matter what the offensive scheme is, and they are the ones that have to make decisions. And he's like, Brock Purdy is not making any bad decisions, and he's making some beautiful throws. So I was like, dude, even Aaron Rodgers is
That's high
pretty
praise.
complimentary right now.
I think I saw one where Aaron Rodgers was on. Maybe it was the same one, and fucking James K. Dobbins, like interrupts him on the podcast, like, and the whole McAfee show goes ape shit.
Oh, shit.
I'm not sure if that was the same one, but
Yeah, I didn't watch all of it.
That's all right. Anyway, I know we got a little bit sidetracked. Okay, so who were we talking about? We were talking about
We're talking about
Phil
Joey and
right?
Misha.
Joey and Misha.
Yeah, that
what
came.
Week am I on?
It was a
sorry,
close
wrong week.
week 5. Yeah, close matchup, but yeah, I mean Misha had a good performance from AJ Brown. Raheem Mostert was pretty decent. Jalen Hurts almost 30. So just enough. It just seems like Misha's bad performances were just not quite as bad as the couple of Joey's bad performances.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Joey
sorry,
had
I
some.
was just agreeing.
No, I didn't really have anything to say. I'm just kind of looking at it, and I just don't see, like, Joey certainly did not have a bad game. Like, he would have beaten 1, 2,
No.
3, 4. He would have beaten five other teams.
Yeah, so he would have beaten half the other people.
So I mean, oh shit, no, 6.
Damn.
Yeah, Joey had just a bad matchup, bad time,
You
bad
think
time
he's
to
going
run
to
into
try and
Misha.
trade one of those quarterbacks?
Who?
That's
Joey?
right. Who's his other quarterback?
Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow?
So
oh yeah, and Joe Burrow finally busted out.
that's funny enough you guys say that, because I was actually looking on the other side of that equation. You'd never guess who the number 10. I said Brock Purdy was number 7. Who do you think is number 10?
Joe
Uh,
Burrow. That
Joe
feels
Burrow?
like Joe Burrow would be too.
No. Yeah,
That's
not
too
even
high
close.
for him to be.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Not even close. And you're not going to guess it, but it's staring you at the face if you're looking at this game.
Oh, really? Is it Hurts?
Well, Hurts is
No,
number
Dak
2.
Prescott.
Who has Dak Prescott?
Jared Goff.
There you go. You'd never would have
God
guessed
damn
it. Jared Goff is the number 10 quarterback this year in fantasy.
I
Jared
mean,
Goff's like a cheap Brock Purdy, kind of.
that's kind of true. I could kind of see that.
I mean,
Yeah.
like when you look at his games,
They're
he's
so
got
up and down.
I mean, but not like, okay, 16 and 13. That's not good, right? But if I go over to like Lamar
Yeah,
has
much more volatile this
right,
year.
exactly. We're talking like he's got super highs 26, 29, 32, but then he's got under 10 points.
Yeah, but I mean, it's hard to say take a lot from that in the first 5 weeks. Like, I bet if we fast forward, Lamar's probably going to be helping people win, get into the playoffs, win possible championships. I don't know if we'll be saying the same thing about Jared Goff.
Probably not. Well, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I have no idea. The Lions are what this year? Uh,
They're a good team.
yeah, they're
Yeah,
like
they are.
3-2, 4-1.
3-2. No, they're 4-1.
I don't know
Yeah.
if it's just because
Holy fuck, yeah, yeah. The Lions are 4-1 this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nick, do you have Jahmyr Gibbs?
Yeah.
Are you watching any little clips of Lions games or trying to catch any of it?
God, it's so frustrating though. I don't watch it anymore. It's
Oh
too
yeah.
fucking frustrating. Yeah. They don't
But the
even give Jamar
Lions,
Gibbs the ball. They just
I
give
know, I
it to
don't know. I'm not
Montgomery.
sure what's up with
Yeah.
that, but their offense does hum along pretty nicely though. Like, they are
Oh my
actually like
God.
a fun team
Yeah.
to watch a little bit.
I'm watching.
They are.
I'm looking at it right now. Nick, yeah, you're right. David Montgomery has fucking 6 touchdowns. He's got a
Yeah,
touchdown
Yeah.
in every single
he
game,
came back a couple weeks ago
except for the
and
one he
just
didn't play.
he exploded as if he was just served sushi at a Vegas pool.
Yeah,
Seriously. Stealing the sushi.
I gotta find a picture of sushi to put as the.
But yeah, David Montgomery's doing so well that Jamar Gibbs didn't even play last week. He's like, nah, I ain't gonna play.
They're like, actually, we don't need this guy.
Wow.
Yeah. The the rudeness, like, like the
What do you guys think about the number 1 tight end this year?
who's
Laporta?
that?
Yeah, it ain't Kelsey.
It
I
will be
know.
though.
It probably will be in the long run, but yeah, dude, this is impressive.
He's been consistent.
Very consistent.
Well, he got injured and he went back out there. I think he's sucking that
Kelsey?
Taylor Swift. Yeah, he went injured. And then like I think like because everybody's watching him and all that Swift shit. He's like,
Oh
I gotta
yeah,
finish the game, and
Is
he
there
just
a
hobbled out there and he got a
dude?
touchdown.
Is there a Swifty curse though? Do you think? Like, is he going to be battling injuries and weird stuff all season?
Yeah, Mr. Pfizer. I think so. He's battling all kinds of random shit.
Mr.
He's gonna.
Pfizer.
wasn't that
Yeah,
also wasn't that also on the Aaron Rodgers thing? I do remember seeing that.
yeah,
Like,
that's what
yeah,
he
Aaron
said.
Rodgers said that he wants to debate Travis Kelsey, and I can't remember who he said he was going to bring on, and then Kelsey could bring on Fauci. Oh my God.
Yeah, because Aaron Rodgers called him Mr. Pfizer because he's in
Mr.
that
Pfizer,
commercial.
yes, I do remember that. Yep. Okay. But anyway,
So yeah,
rather than going this direction,
he's got to. He's got extra 400,000 Instagram followers. Adam Scheffner reported.
I
So
thought it
he's
was
got
like
to go
I
hard
thought
in
it
the
was like
paint.
an up to 1 million, but I mean
Oh yeah,
400,000
it's
sounds
something crazy.
that
I
sounds
don't know.
I mean, but that's the power of Taylor Swift. I was trying
Oh
to
yeah,
discuss this with my dad. It was like, if there was ever an artist that we saw on Michael Jackson's level, it's probably Taylor Swift. Because I can't think of any artist that sells like she sells and consistently. Like, she's been a top earner for what, is it 20 years? Is it that long? It feels like it's that long. Maybe I'm
No,
wrong.
I need to get Cardi B over to the Ravens game and start dating Lamar so that we can get all this money and
I
stuff.
don't think Cardi B's
Fuck.
got the same kind of draw
I
that
think
Taylor Swift does.
Offset would have something to say about that.
That would be kind of dope. Yeah, well, fuck. Who are we gonna get to bring over to the date Lamar Jackson?
Megan the Stallion.
That would be dope, but I don't think she's gonna have the same amount of draw either. It'll be more unsafe to go to the games.
I know. Rihanna?
Yeah, we need Rihanna.
That would actually Rihanna's that's a top tier level. I you know no shots against Megan and
No, because
Cardi.
Rihanna has that, like, she's more OG
I
now,
think
kind
she's
of like a
Yeah,
legend at
I
this
think
point.
she well not just a legend, but I think she's worth over a B. I'm
Oh,
pretty
is
sure.
she?
Yeah,
For like
with that
her
fucking that line that shit that she's doing.
yeah.
Yeah, dude,
What was it?
I think she's well crossed the B mark. So I feel once you cross that B mark, you are you're legit. I don't even think Beyonce has crossed that B mark. Is what
I think Taylor Swift's like in the T mark.
oh yeah, I don't think she's the T mark. But she's not like a fucking Egyptian or Saudi prince or something like that kind of money. But yeah, dude, I'm pretty sure she could like. God, I heard. I don't know if it was a news story or an article, but something about some like nosebleed seats for one of her concerts was like a couple $100 under $4,000.
Oh, wow.
Jesus.
Like nosebleed $4,000. That's outrageous.
They're
That's
they're
Michael Jackson level. Like I've never
they're
heard of
doing
any
other
artist at
shit.
that. What's doing
They're
other
not.
shit?
They're not watching the full concert. They're doing some other shit up there
Bro, I don't
to
know,
get
man.
VIP access to.
They're
Bro,
just blowing fucking fat lines back there.
dude, if I pay
Probably.
$4,000 for something, I do kind of expect, if not some sort of like a hand job or something, yeah, plenty of
What?
fucking.
You can get that for $50 down the street, bro.
I'm just saying, $4,000 and all I get is nosebleeds, so I can't barely see the fucking stage. I gotta look at the goddamn jumbotron the whole fucking time. That's not going
That's
to a
why they call
concert.
it nosebleeds.
Yeah, but you can say you were there and you still had the experience.
Great,
Yeah,
great. I love
you
street
got to
cred.
use that camera and zoom in and then Photoshop yourself down there.
Something
Dude,
like
yeah.
that.
You realize the fucking Instagram cred that you're gonna get with that
Yeah.
$4,000?
Oh no,
That's life changing.
I gotcha. I gotcha. The socials, it is the matrix. It
Yeah.
is the true matrix.
Your future kids are gonna see that reel and go fucking, they're
Oh
just gonna be like,
yeah.
wow,
Dude,
I will respect you as a parent for the rest of my life now.
my future kids are gonna be dumped on a fucking deserted island before I let them onto fucking social media.
Jesus, don't let Janet listen to this. My God.
I didn't know
She'll
you
be
were gonna
appalled.
say about social media. I was like, where are you going? You're talking about dumping your kids on an island?
Just yeah, yeah, for no reason. I'm just
If I
gonna
have
Oh
kids,
my
I am
God.
fucking dumping them on a deserted island, no questions asked.
You're gonna just drop them off at Epstein's? Jesus. They'll pay you though.
That took a really dark twist. I went from trying to
Yeah, this
protect them
is
from the dangers of social media to putting them into the dangers of fucking social, like fucking predators. That's, yeah, really dark. Everybody's really enjoying this podcast. It's going to be busting sushi and fucking pedophile islands. This is
I
awful.
mean, the least amount of football we can talk about, the higher the ratings are going to be.
I think you're right on that one.
Probably.
I've seen the graph because I made it.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't disagree. Okay. So I guess just to finish, because we have been going and rambling a little bit. I did hang out with Chris. He wasn't happy. Um, his team did okay, and it didn't do okay. Um, my team seemed to do pretty well.
Wait, your team, you had Aaron Jones on your lineup?
Well, I did, and everything looked like fine. He was still questionable come Monday, but
Yeah.
the game was well won at that
Damn.
point. So,
Well,
and I didn't
that's,
have
dude,
anybody to swap out
lucky for
anyway.
that. That's really nice that you were up by so much already because that could have been a you might have been feeling
dude.
a pretty dicey situation there.
Bro, my running back situation this year, as lucky and as you look at me and you hear that I've got Eckler, I've got fucking Jonathan Taylor, I've got Aaron Jones, I've got A-Chain, or however the fuck you say it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've
Yeah,
got
it's a
A-Chain. Oh yeah.
revolve. It's like a fucking merry-go-round with all
But
those running backs.
that's what it's been. Like all these players seem like they're super talented and could be really, really beneficial, but fuck, can't have any of them stay healthy. Like it has been a
I
goddamn
know.
revolving door. So I mean, I'm crossing my goddamn fingers. Eckler says that he's practiced. He says he's 99%, that he'll be out there for the fucking
I'm hoping for
game.
that 1%, because I'm
Yeah,
playing you this
I know
week.
you're hoping for that 1%. I also got, I mean, Jonathan Taylor is really all I got with
Yeah.
A-Chain down.
I mean, and yeah, they're saying Jonathan Taylor to be ramped up in week 6. I don't like the sound of that.
Well, I mean, Zach Moss has been pretty goddamn good. I think Zach
I
Moss,
know.
if he hasn't been trying to save himself a job at Indy, he's at least been putting together his best fucking film tape
But I don't
to
know.
try to
Like, if you
pick up
but look
somebody.
at the Colts situation with Jonathan Taylor, how much animosity there seemed to be in
I
the
mean,
off season, and
they
then they
signed
just
it.
paid him.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. I think
4
all of that
years.
combined, I would not be surprised if they're like, fucking, who cares about Zach Moss? We just went through a battle and paid this guy however many millions, tens of millions. We are
He's gonna
putting him out there,
he's
no
gonna
questions
start, yeah.
asked.
And I think
Yeah.
I'm hoping that this is gonna be a bet that really plays out. And
So,
I will say this right now. I didn't think that I was going to be in this revolving door situation with both my starting running backs basically. So Aaron Jones has played basically 2 games. Only the other second game he played didn't really count because he barely was used. So it was just the 1 game. Austin
Yeah.
Eckler, I'm pretty sure, is the exact same thing. I think I've had 1 game with him. I've had 1 game with each of my starting running backs. That's it.
Yep. That is right. And I
do
mean,
you wanna put a board bet up for starting now? Zach Moss versus Jonathan Taylor.
ooh.
I guess, yeah. Well, so let's
So, because
you've got
I
Zach
think the
Moss.
exact opposite of what Sean said.
You
I
think
think
you think they're going to
that they
lean
just
heavy
paid him.
on you think
Yeah,
they're
they
going to
just
lean
paid
heavy
him,
on
and they're
Zach
like,
Moss.
okay, we're gonna get the most out of Zach Moss because we just paid this guy. Let's keep him
Let me
healthy
go
for a little bit.
let me go to
It's a
your
long
team.
season,
Let me go to your
and I
team
think
really quick.
Zach Moss, I think, does better with Minshew. I've watched a lot of the Colts
So
games,
that's a
and
good
Minshew
so
dumps it off a
that's
lot.
a good point. That's a good point. But I will say this is or I'm not say this, I'll ask this. Is this Minshew's first year on Indy?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, he was on the who was he on before? The Jags?
I feel like he
yeah,
was somewhere else after the Jags because he was on the
Yeah.
Jags, and I remember I even started him like once when I was having quarterback problems. Um, okay, but anyway, so far this year, he's got let's see, 88, 122, 70, 165. He's got 3 touchdowns, um, 4 catches, 2 catches, 2 catches, not very many yards, like 19, 23, 30. Does have 1 touchdown off of him. So 4 touchdowns total, 88, 122, 70, and 165. That's already a pretty decent head start. So are we talking from here on, or are we
yeah.
talking total?
We're talking week 6 to when? What's our last week of the season?
If there's
18
just a regular
technically.
season.
No, of our fantasy season.
18, right?
No, that's the playoffs, though.
Do we really start our playoffs in week 18?
No, we started playoffs in week
We
16.
week
16, you're right.
15.
15.
Week
You're right.
15.
Okay, so you're talking about just to the
Yeah,
end of the
so we're talking
season.
about week 6 to week 14
Okay.
because playoffs get funky.
Yeah, it says, oh, actually, looking at the schedule, it says the last game is week 14.
Yeah.
Do you want to do the
Yeah.
week 18,
Well, I guess
or do
we
you want to
can.
do the week 14?
Well,
I
no,
guess it doesn't matter to
we
the
can't.
Should
players.
just do I think you guys should just do regular season. Regular fantasy season, so through week 14.
So
Okay.
week
You can
6
do
to
it. You
week
can do whatever
14.
you want.
All right.
Or
So what's
Sean said.
all right? So fine. What's the board bet?
I wrote it
Ooh.
down. I said Nick. Well, Nick, tell me if I'm wrong. Nick says that Zach Moss will score more points than Jonathan Taylor from week 6 to week 14.
And Brian's taking Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah,
Yeah. And
you're
then
taking your own
what
guys.
happens?
I don't know. That's for you guys to figure out if you want to make it spicy.
Oh, okay. Well, I totally want to make it spicy. I don't know. We'll figure it. We'll think about it, I guess.
You can think about it. I already have another board bet that John Glasgow said during the draft, or right after, was that
Oh,
he said Devontae Smith, because he has him, will finish with more points than AJ Brown, which is not looking good so far.
oh yeah. No, that's a stinker. What's going to happen to him?
There was no winnings, punishments, or anything. So I don't know. I think he just wanted to throw it out there.
Oh,
Who has AJ Brown?
Misha.
He's got the stack.
Oh, he
Yeah.
does have the stack. Yeah, AJ Brown he's the number
Misha
7.
took the Eagles stack. He also took the D
Yeah,
too. So
yeah.
he's
There's
like, oh, the Eagles will win every game. I'll just play them every game.
I'm about to
It's
say
pretty
that
smart.
Devontae Smith has not like had a couple good games. He certainly has, but yeah, he's ranked number 26. AJ Brown's number 7.
Yeah.
It's a big
Yeah,
difference. I don't
AJ is
see
on
him.
the
I don't.
upswing big time
Yeah,
lately.
I don't see him. I don't see him coming back from that one. But we'll see what happens. There's still a lot of season left. All right, so
That is true.
we've gone into pretty good detail, I think, about everything.
But we didn't
Yeah,
talk about John's and mine.
didn't we? No, we didn't.
Nope.
Oh, you're right, we didn't. Yeah. Okay, so this was really close.
This ended up being way closer than it was supposed to be.
Yeah, I
Oh my
watched
All of
it.
a
Monday
sudden,
God,
night was
this
you
good.
lost.
so this
You lost two fucking players.
Yep.
You
And
lost El Jefe.
I didn't have Amon Ra playing last week because he was injured. But yeah, losing Jefferson is heartbreaking for now, and losing Connor is just losing any running back right now hurts a lot because
Hurts.
it's so
It really
thin.
does. It is so thin.
But so the way this matchup went, it pretty quickly went John's way. Like I was always behind and looking for somebody to really step up and do something big, and nobody stepped up. So the way it went is I was down by like 15 going into the Monday night game, and I just had Jacoby Myers left. So I'm already down 15. I've got Jacoby Myers, but John has Josh Jacobs and Romeo Dobbs, and he's already 15 points ahead of me or 12 points ahead of me. So it's like
Oof.
I'm fucking done.
Yeah.
Like not only he has more players than me, I'm already behind. And then the way that Raiders game went, Jacoby Myers was busting out. He had an early TD, and all of a sudden, it's like halftime, and I have one more point than John does, and I'm like, Jesus Christ! Or even in the third quarter, I'm like, whoa, do I have a fucking chance right now? And then finally, Josh Jacobs came alive, like in the fourth quarter, got a touchdown, and it was like,
Yeah.
fuck, like there's no way I can. And the game script was not a throw it around kind of game anymore. So yeah, it's a roller coaster of emotions. I should not have even been in contention on Monday night. So it's kind of weird.
That's a tough one when it really plays with you. When you think you should already count yourself out. Like I'm not in this, and then
Yeah, and then they fucking bring you back. They dangle it in front of you for a second, and then they rip it back away. You're like, what? I was already gone.
Yeah.
damn.
Yeah, tough, very tough one. Like, yeah, and then like McCaffrey, 14 points. Just the way he's been, that's disappointing. But I mean, Puka Nakua, it's great to see him still be good with Cooper Kupp back in the lineup. But pretty much everybody else, it was like, God, what a fucking stinker all the way around. And John's team was honestly kind of stinky as well, minus Josh Allen had a huge fourth quarter, and a few, like Camaro was pretty nice, Jalen
Mm,
Waddle was okay, but otherwise it was kind of both of us. We were texting, and it was just like, God, this is kind of an ugly matchup that we have going on here.
yeah, I mean, fuck, a lot of points on the bench for John and you
Oh, I
too.
know.
Actually,
Kittle
yeah.
on the bench. Jesus.
Yeah, the
Jeez,
quarterback
three
issue
TDs.
still continues to fuck with me. Like, I don't
Yeah.
know. We'll see what happens there, but yeah, so tough week is fall from grace because the week before I was the top scorer and I truly felt like I had a team that could not be fucked with for the most part. Like everything was kind of firing off, and
Yeah,
then
absolutely.
all of a sudden I get the L and I lose two fucking juice players, and it's like, God damn it, what's going on here? So
So,
that's fantasy can really go quickly.
so wait, so is Monra gonna be coming back?
It says that I think the coach said that he's optimistic or something that he'll be back. So it's still very up in the air, but sounds hope, or maybe he said hopeful or something that sounded like slightly positive.
Gotcha.
Sean, would you take DeAndre Hopkins for El Jefe right now?
No,
Okay, fine.
because wow, it's a very extreme response because I'm very triggered right now, as you are. You said you have
I know.
El Jefe in your other league, so you know what it feels
Hey,
like. I'm not ready to
hey,
just like offload, for something questionable, but actually, I'm not going to say any details, but I am trying to tinker with some trade opportunities right now, but we'll see if anything happens.
You never
I don't see
know.
your players on the block. My players are on the trade block.
They don't have to be on the block. You can trade with anybody.
Where
Oh,
do you
but
even see the fucking block?
If you
you
go
have to go to
to
players,
Yeah,
players,
go
and
to
then go to
players and
trade,
then trade on the far right.
and then you can look at other weird stats in there too, like full lineups of people. If you click the trade button in there, and then you can see like the kind of like the draft board, but it does it by positions, and
Oh,
you
I
can see how
see.
much fab they have and who's on the block. It's kind of interesting.
Okay, so right now you're saying that we got Nate and
Those
you throwing up
those
CD
players were put
Lamb.
on the block a few weeks ago. I feel like
Yeah,
that's not even really
they've been
relevant
on the block.
anymore.
They've been on the block for a while. I'm still down to trade those guys that I
Dude,
put on
all
there.
of those players are pretty fucking good right now.
I know, yeah. See, we're honest men, me and Nate.
So, yeah,
Interesting.
we'll see. We'll see.
I want to see more players on the trade block, friends.
I
Make,
don't really
make it happen.
understand. I don't really understand the whole trade block, like the idea of it. Like you're just sort of
What?
announcing, like, I don't know. I look at
Yeah.
everybody's team and I just think everybody's on the trade block. Like who's not going to entertain at least looking at a trade?
Well, I don't know. Like I wouldn't want to trade my like top guys. They're not. I wouldn't take anything for them right now. You know.
Yeah, I mean, generally, I think most people would say that, but I don't know
Yeah.
if somebody offered you something just crazy, you might at least look at it and not be offended by it.
I'm never offended. I'm a good looker.
You are the most offended person that I know. If there's anything that comes your way, you get offended. You are just an offended soul.
And
Um,
offensive.
Yeah,
that offends me.
yes, exactly. See, exactly what I mean. Look how offended you are. By me just
You got
saying,
so defensive about that.
Yeah.
all right, so we've gone through a bit. This has already been a little deep. Not too long, but we are coming up to the 50-minute mark. So we
Let's get
probably
into
should,
next week.
yeah, we should probably get into these matchups coming on up, and I guess maybe, yeah, talk to you guys, see how you all feel. I mean, Sean, I guess we can save ours for the very end. Nick, do you want to save yours and John's for a little bit later? Or you want to talk about it right now?
No, let's talk about it now.
Okay.
We'll be the sandwich of this.
Oh,
Selfish bastard.
yep. Here we go. We're sandwiching it all in. So you and John, 2-3, 3-2. I mean, you're looking to even it up, for yourself. John's kind of looking to kind of like start to carry out a little bit, or is he going to be pulled back? I'm not too sure. I mean, you guys got some interesting matchups. Like
I'm kind
so,
of doing the Misha right now. I don't know who I'm going to play. I just have guys in there.
All right.
These are just my last week guys.
yeah, this is going to be this is
Oh, you got Kirk
interesting.
Cousins in there.
Hmm.
Yeah, I got Cousins in there now. He's going back in. I like Cousins. I hope they don't trade him.
No Hefe, but still going Cousins.
Yeah, still going. I mean, they're going against Chicago. They got a pretty weak defense, right? So
True. Yeah, maybe he's got to throw up some. I mean, I feel like they have to throw up points every single game, no matter who they're playing. It's just like
yeah,
the Vikings defense is so bad.
they are bad.
I don't know, man. I'm looking down at this. I don't think I need to look very, very hard. I think I'm going to just give it to Nick.
Oh, thank you. That's the nicest thing this podcast has said for me this year.
Well,
You guys haven't picked me once
I'm
this
picking you.
year.
I'm picking you now because I mean, all right, all right. So, not to say like Josh Allen, I think is always going to put up decent numbers. I mean, so far he's the number one
Yeah, against
quarterback.
the Giants.
He's got the Giants. He's going to be fine. Josh Jacobs has been surprising. I would say he's not like I
He's
did not.
starting to pick it up now.
So I thought of Josh Jacobs as like an RB3. He's an
He
RB
was
two.
he was the leading rusher in the league last year.
I just don't. I've never seen it. Like I get that he had
He has
What?
not passed the eye test.
no, not my eye test exactly. It's all. It doesn't matter how many times they're like the rushing fucking champ or whatever. I haven't seen it. I don't believe it. I still just don't buy it. I mean, he's going up against New England. He's probably gonna have maybe a decent game, but Kamara's actually been pretty decent since he's
Yeah, he's been
since he's
good.
been back. I just don't buy
Oh, wow.
Waddle all that much. I think we were talking about earlier, don't buy Smith all that much. Kittle did have an amazing game, but I think he's kind of had kind of a down season. If you take out that game, man, he's not been good. He's got like 117, but everything else is like, ugh. I don't even think he would have 15 points between like 3 games. Ayuk has been
So
pretty good. Well, no, no, kind of inconsistent. No,
I think here's sorry, I'm totally just trying to cut you off here.
that's fine. If people cut me off, feel free to cut me off.
I feel like you were struggling, so I wanted to interject
I'm
and
always struggling, dude. Still haven't even taken my bowl yet. That's how much
oh,
that's why
dude,
people
the
feel.
podcast hasn't even started yet.
No, okay, you guys. I hope you're ready for another hour and a half because we're gonna start it right
That was
now.
just our warm up.
Well,
All
I
right,
mean,
Yeah,
Nick, you gotta tell the Vegas story again for the
yeah,
fourth
bust for
time.
the fourth time. At least this time we gave you like 20, 30 minutes in between sessions.
I'll just summarize it. So just a lot of busting nuts. So should I play Palmer or Hopkins? Palmer on Monday night against Dallas or Hopkins and it's in London against Baltimore.
Ooh,
I mean, that does not feel like a conversation that we should be having.
Oh, okay. No,
Doesn't that?
no
I mean,
hints for John. I mean,
what?
he's
that's
got no
the
control over it.
Wait. So
definition
so
of
so you're saying
collusion right there.
how is this the
Podcast
definition of
collusion.
how is this we're okay? So us telling you to start somebody, like we can talk you into starting somebody, but we are not like changing it for you. You still have to make that decision.
I know. I can't make it.
I
I'm
don't think
in
I
a
don't think
split decision right
influence can
now.
be considered collusion.
Well, I mean, when you're talking to the two figureheads of the most successful fantasy football podcast in our league, then yes, I think the influence goes a long way.
I mean, I'm not going to lie with you about that or argue with you about that. I don't think you're lying. Oh my God, I still haven't smoked yet. Okay. Um,
Okay, you go smoke. I'm gonna do a quick recap of what I think about this matchup.
Okay.
All right, so the quarterbacks I got to give it to John. Running backs, I think I got to give it to John as well because Kylo Ren Williams is just the crutch
What?
right there. But okay, definitely got to give you the receivers and I'll just say all pass catchers. I got to give it to you for all pass catchers. There's 4 of them, and then defense, probably yours, but kind of a wash there.
Yeah.
Fuck. So that doesn't help me make a decision. Fuck. I think I have to pick your team as well. It sounded like Brian had already picked your team or was going to. Yeah,
Okay.
I think because you have so many more pass catchers that I think are stronger than John's, and then you also do have Brees Hall. I just feel like that's gonna take the edge over.
I have to. I'm gonna go with myself, obviously, but uh, but yeah, I think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be a close matchup. His receivers worry me, but they're kind of like that guy or the other guy kind of thing. And like I
Yeah,
just don't,
I don't know if
Right?
I,
like no like
They're
whack-a-mole
not
or
the
whatever.
number. Well, I guess you could say Ayuk is the number 1 in San Francisco, but everybody else is like the number 2, and then Kittle is like you don't know exactly what you're gonna get any given week.
so is Ayuk really number one over Debo?
I
I
mean,
don't think so.
I do. I think target share and like Debo just he was like a decoy one week where he scored like 1 fantasy point.
I think that was
That's
because
true. He was like
he was
injured or
injured. Yeah,
something.
he was injured.
Yeah, he that was the game he came back
He
from
exactly he
injury.
came back from injury, right? So
So
he was
I
totally
just
used as a decoy.
I would say in general, like the 2 seasons ago, last season, Debo is for sure the number 1. But I mean, obviously, I'm watching deeply every 49ers game, and it really does look like Ayuk is the number 1 receiver because um, Debo gets used like in the running game a little bit sometimes in
Yeah,
these weird like little trick plays and stuff like that. And Ayuk's just getting a lot of volume, getting a lot of reception. Like he's by far leading the team in receptions
I'm
this
pretty
year.
sure. Yeah, I think you're right on that. I'm not happy about it, but I'm pretty sure you're right. I mean, let's see. Let's see.
Oh, do you have Debo?
I have Debo. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So he's I'd say his average, he's got okay, 8, 6, 6, 7. Those are his targets. So let's say he averages maybe 6.7 targets per game.
Okay.
Okay.
That was Ayuk.
That's Ayuk. So just
Yeah.
now that I'm curious about that, where the fuck is Debo?
Debo Slamuel.
It's a little inconsistent. 7, 9, 12, and 3.
Okay. Yeah, I guess maybe just the amount of catches and the eye
Maybe, yeah,
test.
yeah, because the yards certainly aren't there. Like the first 2 games he had 55, 63. Another game he had 55. There's only one game so far he's cracked 100.
Yeah. So I mean, maybe they're still pretty goddamn close. But it just seems like Ayuk has been trending closer and closer to
Hmm.
being more of like
That number one.
the favorite target. Um, and they're just using Debo in a lot of just kind of different ways, or maybe Debo's still battling some injury stuff. But
So
either way,
here's a question. Do you like or Brandon Ayuk more than DeAndre Hopkins?
if um I think so, yeah. And there is a little bit of me being a homer in there with the Niners, but
Okay.
I feel like the consistency, assuming he stays healthy, is going to be there for Ayuk because I just don't trust the Tennessee Titans and Ryan Tannehill.
Mm. Well, I don't
DeAndre
either.
Hopkins has no touchdowns.
Hey, should we make another little board bet right now?
About what?
Ayuk
Between
versus Devo,
Yeah,
who ends up being the number one? I guess,
or
yeah.
just yeah, whoever from. I guess we could do it the entire season,
Well,
or from.
what? I mean, they're both ranked wide receivers. Ayuk is number 17 right now. I actually wasn't sure what Debo was. Um, Oh my God, they're neck and neck right now. He's number 16.
Oh shit! Then this is a sweetheart bet for you.
This might actually be a little bit of a real contest.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was really thinking about it more from receptions, but I will just go points, and I would say that Ayuk will finish the regular fantasy season with more. Can we
Points
just say
than
more points
I guess. Yeah,
than
right?
yeah? Let's just do it that way. Just keep it easy.
Okay.
So to week 14 is what you're saying?
To week 14.
Yeah, I like just
Are,
keeping it. I don't know why.
At the end of week 14. That's
are
the
we going to
end.
write all these down? Do we have all these?
Yeah, I'm writing these
Okay.
down. This is a
All
very high class podcast. If you haven't
Yeah,
noticed.
the highest of
right. Of the
classes.
class.
Yeah. Well, really quickly, I think
Okay.
we should probably talk maybe talk about what about oh wow, we've got actually a super close predicted matchup right now between Chris and Will. They're literally at .04 away from each other. Chris is 110.75. Will is 110.79 is the prediction. Pat Mahomes and Lamar Jackson. Pat's playing Denver on Thursday night. Lamar's playing
Ooh.
Tennessee on Sunday in London.
Mm.
Not
Let's
playing in Tennessee.
see.
They're gonna
Playing
roast
Tennessee.
Denver though. They're gonna just toast them.
I'm pretty sure that should happen.
I think so too. I mean, I could see Lamar having a good game too, though.
I would hope
I think
so.
so. Yeah.
I think I'm
Running
gonna.
backs all around pretty weak on both sides.
If you had to give it one way, what would you go?
I think I would have to give it to Chris.
I think I was gonna agree. Like
I agree.
Bijan is pretty decent. I mean, he's number 11 so far this year, but Pacheco's not too far behind. He's number 12.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pacheco's number
Damn.
12.
Yeah,
That's way higher than I thought.
Yeah.
yeah. Well, I mean, not terrible. 9, 8 didn't start the season great, but the last 3 weeks,
Oh
15,
yeah, he's
25,
doing.
13.
I knew he had a good recent game, but I didn't know he had that many like legit performances. So yeah, give it to Chris for sure.
What do you guys think about
Let's
the
see.
wideouts? This is kind of interesting.
I kind of feel like it's even.
It is kind of it does look to be a wash, doesn't it?
Yeah, I can't really make a case for either side. I mean, you've got. Yeah, there's like. No, I mean, I can't really make a case. I mean, any one of those guys, Hollywood Brown, Christian Kirk, Tyler Lockett, Chris Godwin, they could all like pop off, or they could all be like pretty good, consistent. And then DK Metcalf, Pittman, Jordan Addison should have got a bump with Jefferson out, and then Laporte is the number one tight end. So it's hard to make a case that one side's so much better than the other. It feels pretty even to me. This is tough.
Yeah, man, I'm really surprised about how close this looks on paper.
Yeah, it's hard to make a really strong case one way or the other. Like I at one part of me wants to say Chris because I think like up and down, I think he's got a little bit more firepower, but then I look at Mahomes on the other side and I'm like,
Hmm
fuck, that could be the difference maker right there though.
I think
So
you're right.
can I ask you guys a question?
Now.
No.
Okay. Out of
Yeah,
both
what's
out of both of their lineups, which player is going to have the most points?
God, that's tough.
I think it's going to be Addison against Chicago.
Mm.
You guys all pick somebody, then we'll see who.
I mean, I think it's going to be Mahomes, but I can see Addison having a big game.
Yeah, I could too. I mean, they're playing Chicago. No El Jefe.
Yeah.
Who-
I like how we've been calling him El Jefe so consistently.
I like that.
I mean, I guess that's possible. I don't know.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Chris. I mean, sorry. I'm gonna go Will on this one. Um, just because of Patrick Mahomes. I don't know. There's something in my gut that tells me Patrick Mahomes just eked out a win against the Jets last week, and I just feel like he's gonna pop this week.
I think he's going to pop also. I think he's going to get 30-plus points for sure.
Man, yeah, I think I'm going Chris though. I do kind of like. I like a little bit more of the pieces that he's got. I also think we don't know what could happen with Lamar. Lamar could have a fucking amazing game.
Yeah, he could.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, can't discount that.
He's had a lot of fucking fumbles this year.
God, I know. He leads the league.
Yeah,
You know what I
it's
liked?
really bad.
Okay, we've been using Sleeper for what? Is this our third or fourth year?
At
Something
least
like
our
that.
third. Yeah.
Yeah. So we were using ESPN before. One thing I did like about ESPN that I found helpful, for instance, like if you look at Lamar Jackson and it says like at Tennessee. Oh, I guess is that what it's doing? Like the color coding of Tennessee being orange means they're like a middle of the pack defense versus
Yeah.
quarterbacks.
Yeah. But I
Okay,
don't know
then
how much I believe it. I mean, I
I don't
believe
know how
some
much
of
I
them.
believe it. I think it really starts to become true like the further in the season that you go because there's more stats acquired or like sample size. So, anyways,
Yeah.
for some reason I thought Sleeper didn't do that, but they obviously do.
Like, look at this. Like, Rashard Stevenson has a different color green than, like, Mahomes does. Isn't that weird?
Is it different?
Different to me.
The LV versus the Denver?
Yeah. And then, the Godwin has the same green as Rashad Stevenson.
Oh yeah, I
But
guess it is slightly different. Damn, that's tripping me out now. Now I feel like I can't trust my
so which
eyes.
green is better? Yeah.
Oh fuck, I can't trust anything in this app. Okay. Anyway, sorry for that little miscue tangent. Brian, so you picked Chris. Nick, who you picking?
I'm also picking Chris.
Okay. All right. There we go. 2 for Chris, 1 for Will.
All right.
Let's go to Nate and Misha.
Yeah, let's
Okay.
do it.
Okay. Ooh, so we got the Justin Fields, Jalen Hurts QB matchup. That could be good.
Dude, Justin Fields, like, in 2 weeks, has skyrocketed himself.
Yeah, to the third QB ranked.
35 and 40.
I mean, it's
Oof.
now you're getting what you drafted him for finally after a pretty scary first few weeks.
I mean,
I
Nate's
wish I tried to trade for him before those weeks. I wish I was thinking about it,
If he had
but I
like
just
1 or
didn't
2
do it.
more bad weeks, like maybe could have got something there, but I feel like three games wasn't quite enough to like really put the panic mode on.
Okay.
That's just my opinion.
Well, Nate's got Cup back now, so that helps.
Yeah, he's got Cup. That's nice. Yeah, I mean Nate's team is, when you look at it, it's not bad. I mean, I know Derrick Henry has been so fucking up and down, and Joe Mixon's been pretty weak, right? Yeah, 19th overall. Like he just has not had any big weeks, so that's a little weak point.
Mm.
But same with Damian Pierce on the other side, though, so you can kind of cancel those two out.
Yeah, but I mean, well, so I will say this. Misha has such a fucking strong team. Like, so if you look it up and down, I think he's got multiple players that are number one at their position. Jalen Hurts, number one QB. ETN, or what is it? How do you say it? ETN?
ETN, yeah.
ETN, yeah.
He's number 7, though.
Oh, is he number 7? Okay, fuck. I thought he had another number 1. Maybe I was wrong.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Oh, Mostert is number 3 for running backs. Who is the number one running back right now?
It's
It's
McCaffrey.
got to be
It's got to
McCaffrey
be.
still.
Yeah, it's got
Yeah.
to be, right?
Yeah, because
Got to
he was
be.
pretty far ahead. And he still got
Yeah.
14 last
Oh,
week.
dude,
But
that one game alone.
yeah, the 4-touchdown game.
Although now that I'm thinking about it, I'm really curious about what's his name.
Who's number 2?
My boy. I'm sure he's fucking sitting there.
Oh,
He's
A-Chain?
got to be number 2. Yeah, he's number 2.
Oh, okay,
He's never.
okay.
It took him 3 games to get to number 2.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking
And
nuts.
you know what the crazy thing is? Mostert is number 3. So the Dolphins have the number 2 and the
Dude.
number 3 top
Oh,
running
and
backs.
pretty interesting. I saw Misha picked up
Yeah, what's his name? The other guy.
yeah, Jeff Wilson.
hmm
I was like wanting to pick him up and I kind of forgot this morning, but that'll be interesting. That
So
just
I'm
of all
really
people that would pick him up, it would be
well.
Misha.
So I'm really curious to see how that's going to play on out because I don't know if I really don't know much about A Chain's injury. I mean,
He's
they
on
put him on.
IR.
I know they put him on IR, but I don't know if that means like
It
4
means
it,
games.
4 weeks
at least 4 weeks,
minimum.
right? Minimum.
Yeah,
Min-
yeah.
Yeah.
So that's where it's like I don't know. Is he going to come back this season? If he even does,
He
like, is he going to
probably
do?
will. I feel like
I
if
feel like
He was
they're
he's like
pretty
saving him.
fucking.
healthy enough, because the Dolphins are going to be in absolutely playoff beyond contention, so they're going to want to roll out all their
Yeah.
best people. And A Chain seems to be like so much better compared to Jeff Wilson. I mean, Jeff Wilson,
He's
he's not
pretty
like
in.
terrible, but
No, he's not
he gets
terrible.
injured all the time.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if something like that happens. But I will say, I have seen a couple games with A Chain now, and uh,
He looked, dude. I
he's
forgot what
he.
stat it was, but something about like number of fantasy points per carry is like like every time he touches the ball, he gets like 2 points or something like that,
Dude,
which
I
is
wouldn't doubt that. So his yards per carry. Yeah, his yards per carry, 7.5 in one game, 6.3 in another game, and then 14 in the Giants game.
that's fucking nuts, dude. So explosive.
God, yeah, and he's
Yeah.
got in that time frame 5 rushing touchdowns and 2 receiving touchdowns.
God, the amount of sushi he must be eating.
Oh God, he's busting it every game, dude. He's fucking pounding that sushi every time at the pool. Okay, but
I think I gotta go. I think I gotta go Misha on this
okay,
one. I just think Jalen Hurts can put up another biggie. ETN looks pretty good. And then you go AJ Brown, Garrett Wilson. I mean, you never know. Like he could bust at any point though. And then TJ Hawkinson could be another big one
oh my
because
God,
El Jefe is out. And then Mostert has been fucking juiced, and now there's no A Chain taken away. Like, I know. I mean, Nate's team looks good though. I mean, Kenneth Walker, Nico Collins, Cooper Cup,
yeah, it
Justin
does.
Fields, but I'm feeling like Misha's got a little bit more to
All right,
give.
Nick, what about you? What are you putting your money on?
Before I put my money on, I just gotta say I'm really crossing my fingers for Samir Ahmed or whatever. I hope he shares the rock with Mostert going forward.
And with
'Cause I
Jeff
have him.
Wilson, dude, don't they have like 4 fucking like top running back or not top running backs, but running backs that are hoping to do something.
Yeah, they're
Yeah, they're
really
like in the
injury prone
wings.
guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, I love Justin Fields this week. That's going to be a nice matchup. And I also love Cup against Arizona, and I like Lamb against the Chargers. I think Nate has nicer matchups. So he just needs a couple of those dudes to pop. But I think Misha's got a more it's like more brick house kind of lineup. Uh I don't know. Misha's the safer choice, I think, but I think some of Nate's players are going to hit the 30s, and he'll take it this week. So I'll take him.
Nice. I was already
Okay.
regretting taking Misha, who's my number one mortal enemy through the rest of the season.
Why?
Oh, because he fucking totally snaked Raheem Mostert for me in the draft.
Oh, I
He
know. I wanted
snaked
Mostert. I had money though.
snake
And
Garrett Wilson for me.
will never forget that. There are only, some things in life, like I'm a pretty forgivable person. Like I want, these are my friends and stuff, but I will not forgive this. I'm sorry.
How
He
much did
still
you get Mostert for?
who knows?
$2
Oh
or
my
three
god.
dollars? $3.
That just shows how bad we are at this.
I couldn't do anything. My max bet
Dude, we
was
all
$2.
dude, there was so many of us that were in that
Jesus.
position near the end, where we were literally fucking stuck for like at least, 7 or 8 rounds where we couldn't do fucking shit.
I didn't do fucking shit.
Didn't do fucking shit. All right. Well, I'm
Anybody know
gonna
that
throw out.
reference? Anybody?
I don't know.
No.
I mean that I feel like
Have you
that.
guys watched that show on Netflix? I think you should leave, the little sketch comedy show.
I don't think so.
No.
Oh my god!
I just don't see
You
how
haven't seen that, like, that internet meme of that dude who was like, "You sure about that? You sure about that?" You haven't seen that before?
I don't know. I mean, I maybe if I
No.
saw it like that, describing
Okay,
it is not popping. It is not popping any
that's
images in my mind.
that's fine. That's fine. We'll move on.
Well, all right. Well, before we move on, I do want to say that,
Well, you got to pick. You got to pick your match
and
as well.
as part of what I will say is that
Okay.
I think this is going to be, because there's been a lot of talk about juices. There's been a lot of talk about it, like busting and all this stuff. This is going to be the most explosive matchup that we have this week, is my
What does that
prediction.
mean?
It means
Yeah.
something different to everybody. Everybody gets to decide what it means to them. To me,
Okay.
I am thinking of explosions. I'm thinking about juice. I'm thinking about the busts. And there's just going to be explosion. I don't know if it's going to happen in a pool or somebody's pants or what it's going to
On
be,
the
but
toilet.
yeah, exactly. It could be a nuclear fucking bomb between these two teams, but this is going to be the most explosive matchup.
Okay.
Uh,
I got it written down.
and
We'll see.
and we'll see
I
how,
think we will be able to say definitively yes or no if
yeah,
that does become true or
if
not.
this is explosive in any way, shape. And I will go ahead and I am going to give Misha the slight edge because I do think he is the solid foundation as Nick was talking about. But man, uh, Nate is yeah. I'm seeing explosions. I'm seeing a lot of things happen. So yeah, explosive matchup between these two.
Okay. Okay. All right. Put it on the board.
Okay, fair enough.
Next one we can go Joey versus Phil, which Joey 2-3, also Phil 2-3. I'd say two teams that have seen some very strong moments or periods of the first 5 weeks of the season, but are sitting at 2-3. So this could be an explosive matchup too, just based on these teams being pretty strong
Yeah,
so
it
far.
could. Um, I'll say this. Man, I don't know as far as how really close they. No way. Yeah, Phil's running backs are fucking strong. I will absolutely give Phil the nod with the running backs. I think I still have to give Joey the nod with the wideouts, even though, like, you've got Adams, he's had a 40-point game already this year.
And
Uh,
Keenan Allen?
and Keenan Allen man, Keenan Allen's been really impressive. Like, dude, that one where he had what, 18 fucking receptions?
Yep.
That's ridiculous. That is so fucking ridiculous. Um, but
And we'll
yeah,
see. I mean, Phil does have Saquon Barkley, who, maybe he'll get a chance to throw him back in the lineup this week. We don't know.
it's interesting. Yeah, Joey's going back to Joe Burrow. Um,
Yeah,
after,
yeah. After that big performance last week.
well, I mean, and Brock Purdy did great last week. I mean, I feel it's like,
Well, I can see Cleveland, the matchup with Cleveland. Cleveland's got a pretty good defense. That if I'm jumping into Joey's mind, I feel like that's what he might be thinking about.
I mean, I guess. I mean, so are
I
we saying
agree.
Seattle's probably going to be a wash, like a cakewalk, we think? For Joe Burrow, after he's not been performing so great the whole season, just one. I mean, he still even had a pick last week.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe just excited because Joe Burrow, he spent some good money for him in the draft and has just been like burned by him a few times already and is like,
Mm,
all right, dude, I need you to get me some fucking points now.
yeah,
You
man,
think that's what Joey's thinking?
I don't know. I don't
I don't
know.
know what Joey's thinking.
This is really close, actually. This is a really close matchup. I know there was one that was literally like .04 like prediction, but I feel like this is the actual matchup that's going to be like the tightest matchup coming on in. They look very,
You want to say this is going to be the closest matchup of the
I
week
would say,
Or
I
or
the
want to,
tightest?
the
Say the
tightest,
tightest?
tightest.
the tightest.
Yeah. Got to be
This is,
specific.
yeah, of all the tight pussies out there, this is the tightest one.
So when we say that, it means the point difference is going to be real close. So, right?
I
It'll
was
be the
talking
tightest.
about
I
a
think so.
tight vaginal canal, but I mean, I don't know what you guys are talking about. Yes.
I think I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna go Phil on this one. I mean, I think Justin Herbert has just shown a bit more consistency.
What? Yeah.
Well,
What has he been
obviously
doing?
more consistency, but he's coming up and
Okay,
playing
not
really
anything
well this year.
yeah, nothing crazy
Yeah.
flashy, but he's 11. He's ranked
Well, because
11.
he had his bye week already,
Oh fuck, I didn't even think about that. Good point. Good
so
good
he'd
point.
probably be top 5, I would imagine.
I mean, with those numbers, he does look really really solid.
And yeah, I mean
I am not
he's
I'm
got the better running backs. I mean Devonte Adams. I don't know what his questionable tag is, but Keenan Allen. Yeah, I mean
I can
Scary
see
Terry and Darren Waller are like questionable pieces.
no, but
But
I can see where you're thinking, and he's that possibility of throwing Saquon Barkley in. So there's a lot of
yeah,
possibilities where Joey more or less looks like this is the group that he's gonna be rolling with.
yeah. I mean, I think Tony Pollard will absolutely bounce back, but Jared Cook
Oh,
just
Tony
not.
Tony Pollard. Let me tell you,
Or
Tony
James Cook.
Pollard. Here's another prediction. Tony Pollard is going to have his best game of the season this week.
Ooh, fuck! I don't have any room left on this paper to keep writing all these predictions.
Well, we shouldn't have drew all those dicks before the podcast.
Yeah,
Fuck! I
dude,
should
no
have
more
used
dicks.
something bigger than a little sticky note.
Oh my
All
God,
all
yeah.
dicks and tiny scribbles for the no. Just put tattoos on the penis, and those are our predictions. Uh, I'm I think I am going to go with Phil also. I think Joey's got a very solid lineup and a couple insanely scary pieces. Like, there's never any week where Tyreek does not scare the shit out of me. I mean, he's number one for a reason. There's no question. Like,
I know. I wish I had him.
yeah, he's just
Oh
so
yeah.
good.
How
But
much? He didn't even go for that much in our league, I think.
no, he didn't.
Let's see. He went for $62.
Oh
Oh,
my
that's a
God,
lot.
that's a
That's a
lot.
That's
lot.
That's a
huge.
That's a
lot.
lot.
Wow, that's not even anywhere close what Sean and I paid for either Justin Jefferson or Stephon Diggs.
No, I think it's more. Yeah, more than that, or something like that. I
No.
don't remember. No, I want to go. Well, while you guys are thinking about this matchup, I'm gonna go look.
All right, I need to make a pick. Did I make a pick? I did.
He
I
just
said
said
I said
Phil.
Phil. Yeah. Nick, what about you?
I think I'm gonna go
Oh, I
Phil
paid
too.
63, $1 more for Justin Jefferson.
What did
So
I pay
that's
for Stephon Diggs?
okay. I'll
You
go look
paid
it up.
like in the 40s. You paid like $44.
Oh wow.
I know.
That's
I
44.
would, right?
44.
That's
That's
Wow.
what
a
I said.
nice. That's
That's
a
exactly.
deal right there.
That is a
I was
deal.
gonna say a Jewish joke, but I decided not to.
I think that's a good idea. I think it's a very good idea.
Yeah, we really need to draw the line somewhere in this podcast that we certainly haven't crossed any boundaries to this point.
No. Swallowing or what was your thing, Nick, that you got like 5 girls pregnant with your jizz in the fucking pool, like waiting
Oh my
around?
god, yeah.
Yeah, like I
You
don't.
do not make
Tight
a
canals.
Jewish joke.
No. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's I feel like there are lines that we all are willing to cross and know that should not be crossed. But okay, so Sean, did you already make your decision on
I
this one
picked
too?
I picked Phil.
Okay, I think so. This is a sweep for Phil, it sounds like.
hmm
Okay. Okay, yeah. But tightest matchup of the week. Pollard, possibly biggest game of the
Uh-oh.
Oh, Sean, did
Oh
we lose
no,
him?
did we lose him? We might have. It's
His
possible.
pod's probably
No,
died.
sorry. Yeah, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah.
Okay,
What
yeah, I
happened?
just phone call came in and it like dropped me or
Oh, the
pushed me aside.
who the fuck
Oh
dare
my
call you
god.
right now? It's fucking Sean's mom. We're just like,
The
ah,
listeners.
Don't you fucking know I'm on my award-winning podcast?
not now. Um, okay, so we got our matchup left. One matchup left. Uh, man,
I don't even need to see it.
I'm nervous. I'm
Pretty
really
obvious.
nervous. You think this is obvious? I don't see how
No,
this
I'm
is
just fucking around.
obvious.
I'm fucking around. It's not
Ooh, you're
obvious.
rolling with Jonathan Taylor this week?
I have to. What the fuck else am I gonna do?
Woo, baby.
So I'll
You
say
put
this.
Chubba Hubba in.
That there, so I did pick him up because I did see that it looks like, with things shaking up the way they are in that team, like Sanders, I don't think Sanders is gonna be starting, um, or I think he's injured. So Chuba looks like he could get the start, or at least the majority of the work share. So I don't know, I don't know, but right now, I'm so thin at running back, it's not even fucking funny.
You and me both, sister.
Yeah. Well, okay, so it's going to be what it's going to be. Honestly, I think it's a wash on our QBs. I
No way, dude. What do you
you
mean a wash? I think Tua is so much better than Trevor Lawrence. What do
I'll
you mean
put
a
it this way.
wash?
I'll put it this way. I think Trevor and Tua have similar floors.
Dude, Tua is the number 5. Trevor Lawrence is the number 17.
There's 2 games that cause Tua to go into the number 5. Other than that, he is right on Trevor
You
Lawrence's.
don't think Tua's going to pop over Carolina?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Carolina kind of sucks.
Oh my God, dude. If we just keep going with these fucking popping, busting, are we just gonna bust it out? Oh my gosh. Well, who knows? I don't. I certainly think it's possible. I think he's got a good matchup. I don't think Trevor Lawrence has a good matchup going up against Indy. But
Well,
Indy's
then I'm
fucking
not
just
going to
lost.
play him then.
Well, who else do you have?
Nobody. There's nobody else. I'm
Wait, so
definitely playing him.
so just as a question, so Sean, you haven't put Justin Jefferson on IR yet?
Well,
You can't.
I put James Conner on IR.
Oh fuck, I forgot about James Conner. Oh shit. Like so
Yeah.
when I look at it on the website, and when I pull it up, it only shows me who's in the starting lineup and who's in the bench. It does not show me
Oh, what? That's
that
super weird.
that
Yeah, I
active
feel like
IR spot.
sleeper is really they want you to be in the app. Like
I,
they're
I, I think you're right on
Yeah.
that. Yeah,
yeah.
they don't do it anywhere as much work on the website,
Yeah.
which is unfortunate. But anyway, that's fine. Uh okay, so how do you feel, man?
I almost feel like it's hard. I almost feel like you can make a case that our running backs are a wash.
I
Like
guess.
I feel
Well,
like
so
I would rather have Jonathan Taylor than DeMarcado right now, but
I
I don't
do. I
know.
have way more
McCaffrey
faith.
maybe
I
could
have way.
be
I have way
could
more faith in
account for the
McCaffrey.
difference there.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
have way more faith in McCaffrey than I do Eckler right now. Not to say that Eckler can't
I'm still
put up the
scared,
same
still scared of
points.
Eckler, but
I just he's been
McCaffrey and Eckler both have pretty tough defenses that they're going up
yeah,
against.
and you're right, dude. Dallas aren't they the number one defense?
I mean, yeah, they did get smoked last week, but they
Right.
held McCaffrey to to 14 points, but that was also because the touchdowns were just these like easy dimes to George Kittle.
Okay, so what do
But
you think?
still.
I actually do like that we have Gabe Davis and Stephon Diggs going up against each other. That's kind of nice.
Dude, like I can't. Gabe Davis is just forcing me to play him right now. He's like had I think 3 or so consistent weeks now
Yeah.
where I'm just like, all right, bro, okay, here's your chance, and I guarantee you he is going to get like 6 points this week. I'm calling that out. I think Gabe Davis is going to get like 6 points.
Okay. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. Man, I've got a decision I need to make. Do I keep Thielen in, or do I put back Mike Evans?
Yeah, that is a question, huh?
Thielen's been pretty damn impressive over the last since
Dude,
he's gotten here.
what did he have last week? He fucking busted off last week. 11 receptions, 1 touchdown, 107 yards. Like, God, the amount of receptions he's getting is crazy. It's like, what year is it right now?
wow, yeah.
Dude, his targets. So like that's why I feel it's like almost impossible to keep him out of a lineup. So these are his targets over the last 4 games. 9, 14, 8, and 13.
Dude, yeah, you'll take that all day.
Right, no kidding. I mean, compare that to Mike Evans, right? So let me go over to Mike Evans. His targets, he's also, I mean, other than when he got injured, 10, 8, and 10.
Ooh,
So he's
yeah,
also getting looked at quite a bit.
Yeah, I feel like our teams, like you can call the running backs a wash. I feel like you can I don't know, maybe you have the edge on the wide receivers, but I feel like it's pretty close.
I mean, you've got a lot. Like come on, like Nakua, the Sun God. I mean,
Assuming he plays, which is not a guarantee, but yeah, if he does. And then Jacoby Myers has
yeah,
been really nice.
he's been really decent.
Yeah. So I mean, it could come down to
It's going to come down to
quarterback play.
It's going to be the defenses.
The defenses. I mean, I'd rather have Bills defense against the Giants than Lions versus Tampa Bay. So give you the edge there for sure. I think I gotta pick you, man. I mean, I'm still a little. I'm just salty right now. I'll be very honest. Like I'm pretty bummed at the dagger that I've been sliced with for fantasy, but I don't know. Your team has been really good. Aren't you the number one? You're the number one scoring team in our league. I know you just lost Achan, which fucking sucks,
It
but I
does.
still feel like me losing El Jefe to go along with that kind of negates it. So I feel like
Man,
if I'm a betting
good
man,
point.
I feel like I'd bet on you right now.
There are a lot,
Hello?
There are a lot of. Oh, did we lose you? Did you
No,
all of a
no,
sudden
no.
like okay?
No one said anything, so I got
Um,
nervous.
there are a lot of pieces on your team that scare me, and I just Christian McCaffrey obviously he is that dude. Like that guy is insanely impressive. He just continues to be. I just don't understand it. You've got Nakua who
I
has
mean,
been
they're running the offense through him for the
oh
most
yeah.
part.
Oh, absolutely. And like I don't think there's any doubt about it that Nakua is the pickup. He is the waiver pickup of the year so far.
If it
Like
did, was
I don't think
unquestionably.
Achan
so.
a
Just
waiver
eight.
pickup for you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
if he didn't go down, I think he would have been 1 for sure, and then Puka would have been number 2.
I don't know, man. I mean, Achan didn't start until like I mean, I guess maybe when we looked at the points, maybe there might be like just because he's a running back, he might have a little bit more
That's
points.
true.
But dude, the amount of receptions that this guy has had, the amount of targets, it's ungodly. 15, 20,
Dude, oh my
7, 10,
god. Yeah,
11.
that was crazy.
Like, what is that? Look at all those targets. That is ridiculous.
Yeah, that is nuts. Seeing 15 and 20.
The touchdowns haven't been there, like just in the last
Yeah,
couple
he's finally
weeks.
starting to get him, but yeah.
Yeah.
So he is. Yeah, he's scary. You never know.
But you're right. Cooper Kupp is back in the lineup, so what's going to happen with that? Not really too sure.
I mean, it looked fine last week, but that was only 1 game.
I mean,
Also.
the
They
only
just got rid of Van Jefferson too, so
oh,
Oh yeah.
okay.
Although he was like a non-factor for them this year.
Well, yeah, especially with Cup coming back.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna give myself just a slight nod,
You fucking would.
only because we have some question marks at your wide receivers. Like I feel like for the most part, all my players I know are healthy except for Eckler, who is I'm
Mm-hmm.
pretty sure is going to be starting. If Eckler doesn't start, or if anything goes down, I'm fucked. I don't think
Why don't you play Chubba Hubba over
I
Sean Johnson?
Right, you might have to or
I can't
something if
I don't know
that's
if Sean Jackson's been cleared yet because I think he went out with a concussion. So at
No.
least as of
Yeah.
today, he hasn't been. I
that's
don't think
why I
he's
picked up
been cleared.
Deontay Foreman.
Right. And I heard that they might be leaning into him like a little bit. But yeah, so I was looking at there like who should I try to pick up and because I feel like I'm desperate, like desperate when it comes to trying to find a running back to start and fill these two spots. So yeah, I picked up Chuba Hubbard just as a hope, like if I
God, I
can.
wish I picked him up so you couldn't have.
But my one big worry is that Eckler's on Monday.
That's true. So if there's not a clear
So if
picture,
this could be another Aaron Jones situation where basically I have him in, he's questionable on going through all of Sunday, and then he ends up being a fucking last minute scratch.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, you never know. Thankfully, it's Wednesday
I
right
don't.
now, so
Yeah,
hopefully get a little more of a clear picture. But that's always scary with those Monday games.
I'm hoping so. I will say, yeah, the my big question mark concerns me a lot. It's why I have a hard time picking me, but I think because we're not sure about what's going on with your wideout situation so much yet. Like, is the Sun God playing? Why
Yeah,
is I didn't realize that Jacoby Myers was a wrist injury. Oh fuck. Okay.
yeah. Though then you read the description and it's pretty like, maybe it's nothing bad. But I don't know, man. All this shit's just weird right now.
Okay. It's not.
So
It's
yeah,
not
a
a
lot of
big.
question marks.
It's not a big lean. I think just like the points are, it's gonna be a dogfight of a game.
Yeah, I agree. So
What do you think?
you're picking yourself
I'll
slight
just
edge.
get a slight edge. Edging. Yeah. There we go. We got to keep the sexual
Oh
references
my
flowing.
God.
I'm edging you slightly.
You're edging him, or you're edging yourself?
You can make a case to describe that either way. I don't know. It's a tough one.
I'm edging,
Because
thinking about
if
how I'm gonna
Brian's
be
edging
edging.
himself, that means he's not gonna bust.
Right.
So does that mean he's not gonna win? I don't know.
Oof. Hopefully, after the good edging.
Yeah. Hopefully, there's a bust after the good edge. Good point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like, but we're
Yeah.
talking after this week is over, but before next week starts. That doesn't make any sense.
No, that
What
doesn't,
the
because he's
fuck
in the
are we
holiday.
talking about?
I just want to keep
Hey,
busting and bust all throughout the
all right.
weekend, all into next week. I want to like what was that movie, Nick? What was the one that I'm not sure if it was the one that we saw together, but the one with what was it, Danny McBride, where he's talking about I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna come all over your shit. I'm gonna come all over your fucking couch. I'm gonna come all over your
The
fucking
world is over. The
yeah.
world's
Oh,
ending.
the world's end or
Yeah.
the yeah. This is the end. I think is what it was called.
Yeah. This is the end. That was so funny.
That shit was hilarious. Sean,
My
have you
mom
seen?
loved that movie.
It's a ridiculous movie. Sean, have you seen that movie?
That's the one where they're like all everybody's just ejaculating all in the same room or
Yeah.
whatever.
I mean, I don't remember that
They
scene.
where Hermione comes out with an axe because they
I
talk
do
about
remember that. I
raping
do
her.
remember that scene because they were all talking about raping her. Uh, God, this is a winner for a
All
podcast. I
right.
feel.
So I think you need to be careful with your running backs, Brian. You could take a really low score in your backs if you're not careful.
Well, dude,
Uh,
where am I supposed to get? Like, that's the whole thing. That's why I'm in so much trouble at running
yeah,
backs and why I've been looking because, dude, none of my running backs have been able to fucking get their asses onto the field.
yeah. Maybe you need to trade for one. What do
Trade
you
for
think?
one. I don't know,
And
Nick. What do you think?
Brian, should we trade?
Who do you want to trade?
right
Just
now.
kidding. We got no one to
right
trade.
now. All right. Let me ask you something. All right. So right now, do you feel the best player on your team is Christian McCaffrey?
Yes.
All right. What would it
Yes.
take looking at my team to get a Christian McCaffrey? Is there somebody you do Christian McCaffrey straight?
It
Like,
would
would you do
take
Stephon
it
Diggs
would
for
take
Christian McCaffrey straight up?
no, no, I wouldn't.
Okay.
Because
I
then I'm like literally depleted completely at running back. Like I just can't do that to
Don't
myself.
have don't have a single running back.
It would take like Eckler plus something else
plus
to
Thielen.
get
Eckler
McCaffrey.
Eckler plus somebody else to get
Plus
McCaffrey
Thielen.
by himself.
Right.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
crazy. You're crazy.
Why? The
No,
number one running back?
Not for
I
not for
agree.
Eckler potential. Not for Eckler potential. You're talking about this guy has like led the league in touchdowns like what 2 years in a row or something for running backs.
Yeah, but I mean you gotta look
Not
at this, you gotta look at
Yes,
right now.
yes. I absolutely agree to that. But I would say if you wanted Eckler, sorry, if I was going to get McCaffrey and I had to give up Eckler and something, it would definitely need to be for a McCaffrey and something. So let's say this. Let's say if I gave up Eckler and like Nick threw out Thielen, which I actually think is that's decent. Okay. Would you do
For McCaffrey and who else?
You'd have to take
like
Jacoby
Sutton?
Myers or Lou Sutton or something.
Yeah, I think it'd have to be something like Sutton, where it's still like a usable piece, but it's not. It's
Okay,
somebody
well, how about that? Oh, no,
who's
no.
weaker than no, but
So
somebody who's weaker than Thielen.
weaker than well, okay. So Thielen is
Because
looking pretty.
McCaffrey, I think McCaffrey is stronger than Eckler. So the second piece can't be equitable because then I'm giving you the number one back and an equitable second piece for your second piece. Like there's no way.
Well, okay.
I agree.
Okay, I can see the argument on that one, but I will say that well, we're talking about hypothetical trade that's like
I like how we gotta figure, Brian. If we're gonna do this trade, we have to figure it out. We gotta feel good
I
about it.
don't want to do this trade. Like
I
the
don't
funny
want to do it either. I don't
that's
want to do
like
it
I'm
either.
actually like looking at our teams like I would not like as amazing as Christian McCaffrey is. I'm so fucking just I've got
What
too
about
many
this?
running backs. What?
What about this? You give Shonda's Christian McCaffrey and you give him Eckler and A Chain since he's injured.
No fucking way, dude. You might as well take both of my balls while you're at it. Jeez.
Fine, okay. Yeah, I don't think the guys, both teams just put a starting running back on IR. I don't think we can be trying to trade running backs right now.
Oh my god.
Okay, how about this? How about this?
Mm.
This is interesting.
Okay.
So let's not talk about McCaffrey or Eckler anymore. Let's go. You trade me A-Chain,
Okay.
and I give you James Conner and Amon Ra.
Mm. Mm.
I think
I think
that's
if I
pretty fair.
wasn't, I think it's fair. It's just I don't need Amon Ra. Amon Ra is a really good piece.
Wow, I feel like that's a personal attack on my team.
It's
You
not
saying
it's
that?
not a personal attack. I'm just saying I do feel like I have a good collection of wideouts. Like I feel like the struggles that I've had at running backs, I don't feel I've had the same at wideouts because I feel like
Well, that's the thing that with this year so far is like there's so many good and very viable wide receivers, and running back
absolutely,
is so fucking depleted that
dude.
unless people are just going to trade wide receivers, I don't imagine maybe a lot of trades going through this
So
year.
I
Not
would
that we
say
really have a lot, but
this is then this is the truth. Like there's no way anybody's trading running backs because running backs should be the most valuable. Like so if what's his name Nate actually has um Kenneth Walker and like so Brees Hall is not blowing wind up my skirt, but he's certainly serviceable. Like I mean he's being used at least this very last week. I mean so what's going to happen with Dalvin Cook? Do we think Dalvin Cook is actually going to be anything? Like, do we think it's going to go to Michael Carter, or you think it's going to stay with Brees Hall? Nick, I know you
I
got him
think
right.
Cook's on the waiver wire.
You mean the trade block?
Dalvin Cook, you could just go and pick him up from the waivers if you thought he was anything.
No,
I see
no,
what you're saying.
I'm asking you. For the two running backs
That's
right
me.
now, the two running backs right now that are actually on the trade block are your Brees Hall
Okay.
and Nate's Kenneth Walker.
Okay.
Okay. I think Kenneth Walker, you look at Kenneth Walker, he's the number 8 running back right now. That's a starting player. You want a player like that. I'm surprised Nate is trading him. I don't know.
He's
I don't,
hoping for something good, I think.
who do you think? So what kind of a package do you think would need to go for Kenneth Walker?
That's why we need to get Nate on the podcast to understand. You put Kenneth Walker on the trade block. What would you even expect to get back that would make it worthwhile? Actually, and then same question, Nick, to you for Brees Hall is on the trade block. What type of package would you be looking for that you would feel comfortable trading away at Brees Hall?
I'd trade away Brees Hall. Their offense is Brees Hall was supposed to be with Aaron Rodgers, and they were supposed to swing off into the sunset together because Aaron Rodgers would have just chucked it down the field. They would have got to the 2, and they would have said, "Here's a TD for you, Brees Hall." But no, Brees has to run from the entire opposite length of the field to get into the end zone, and he doesn't do that all the time. So I got shortchanged by that. I'm still bitter.
Okay, I got two proposals for you. Would you take Amon-Ra for Brees Hall?
Yeah.
Jesus.
You want to give me Amon-Ra, and I'll take Brees Hall?
Okay. I wasn't sure that you would say yes to that.
Yeah, I might have offered
Well,
or
that's
asked
why
for.
you asked.
Well, I mean, hey, are we going to make this happen? Hopefully before the week starts.
You want to do that before this week starts?
I wouldn't mind. I mean, not like Amon-Ra's in Sean's starting lineup right now, but he is. Never mind.
He is. Yeah.
I think this would be a great idea.
I'm kind of weak at running back though right now. I think we all are.
Wait,
I mean, I
Brees Hall.
I really need to know what happened. I kind of that would really put me on a crutch for Zach Moss. We would have to really, really, beat
Right.
Is that all? Is that
That's
all you have? Is Zach Moss other than Brees Hall?
And Gibbs.
Oh fuck.
I know, and Gibbs is not doing anything right now.
No, man. Nick, I don't know.
That's the thing.
You might need
Brian,
to take
what are
him
you
off
doing
the.
right now?
I'm sorry, I'm sabotaging everybody. But fuck, Nick, dude, you need a running back then. Like, there's no
That's why I
question.
picked up Ahmed. I'm hoping to hit a homer.
I mean, maybe that's totally. But I would say if you end up trading for somebody, like, man, you might just have to get a running back. Because that's going to be tough if all you're doing is going off
That's
Zach
why
Moss with Jonathan Taylor starting now.
I know. Well, I'm not too. I don't know how that's going to go. I do think Zach. It's going to be a split monster, especially.
Oh yeah, you guys already put the board bet out there.
Yeah. So I'm like, yeah, I don't know. But then if an injury happens, then I will be like in the doghouse for sure. Then I'm like struggling to stay afloat. See, I can afford one injury right now, but you want people doing shit on the bench.
Well, I think I'm gonna propose the trade, Nick. You can do whatever you want.
You're gonna propose the trade?
I'm gonna propose it and we'll see what happens.
Oh shit. Okay. Well, if I accept this, do our teams play on Sunday?
I would surely fucking hope so.
Oh my god!
Isn't there usually there's a 2-day waiting period for trades to clear?
I don't know. Yeah, I guess. Well, we'll tell the commissioner to check through.
Well, I'll put it in, and then we can just see what happens.
Are you worried about Jameson Williams?
Jameson Williams? Oh, on Detroit?
Yeah.
Not really, because I mean, I've seen what Amon Ra did last year, and I've seen what he is this year already. So, like, I mean, look, no bullshit. Like, I love him on my team. I want him there, but like, I would be down for a trade like this.
Because we're just hurting it back right now.
I'm hurting it back. Yeah, obviously, I didn't really have a contingency plan,
How
so
injured is this guy? He's hit. He's
that's
hit. Somebody punched him in the gut.
so that's the question too. Like, yeah, I mean, I don't. There is no guarantee that he's playing this week. It seems like he is very much trending to be back in, but there hasn't been confirmation of that yet.
God.
So if you're looking at this as like, I need somebody I can guaranteed play this week, then that's a little question mark. But if you're looking at it as more of a rest of season type thing, then I think that's a different story.
What are you going to do with your stable of backs? You're going to let them cut them all loose?
I mean, I don't really know. I just I did the old Nick Lurch, do the supermarket sweep and just grab shit in the aisle and then figure it out, like see what's in my cart later. That's pretty much what I did.
I love doing that, actually. It's like playing the lotto.
So, well, yeah. I mean, think about it. I'll put it in there as a real thing. So
is it going to expire at the end of this podcast? Do I have to decide?
No, I don't think you can do it like that.
Okay. I mean, you're not. See, you're not feeling good about the fish market, huh?
What does that even mean?
Mercado?
I don't know, man. I mean, he looked good when he came in the game. Yeah, he got like 50 something yards and a touchdown. So if he does stuff like that again, then I'd be stoked. But it's just like, you don't know. I don't know what's going to happen.
If we, so are you going to play Mercado if we did the trade, or would you probably take him out?
If the trade went through, I would play Breece Hall over DeMarcado. I'm pretty sure about that.
Who would you put in Amon Ra's spot?
Damn, good question. Who else do I have on my team? Probably either be Evan Engram or maybe DeMarcado if there's some new news that comes out that like gives me a little more confidence that he's going to be like the starter, then maybe I'd flex him. If not, then I might flex Evan Engram at that point.
Oh yeah, DeMarcado is going to be the starter. He got carries in the last game.
It looks like he is right now, but there's I forget who. There's somebody else that they have in the wings as well.
Tony Jones.
Well, I put it in, so it's in there.
Oh shit! Okay.
I put it in.
Damn. Whew.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I got a notification. I got a red notification in the trade. Do you have a red notification in the trade section?
I do, yeah.
Do you, Brian?
I don't have I don't think so. Where's
No, it's only me and you because nobody. Well, obviously Brian knows about this, and the league's going to know about it when we release the podcast. But generally, only me and you would ever know about this, Nick. Like nobody else can see.
It wouldn't show in there.
No, okay. No, you can't see other people's proposals that don't involve your team.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there could be some shady shit going on. Nobody knows. All right.
Dude, there could be a lot of proposals out there.
Yeah.
Well, shit. This podcast definitely has turned into something.
It got interesting.
Yeah, it got interesting.
Well, Nick,
finally, it only took us 2 hours.
Actually, yeah, we actually are, on creeping on 2 hours. Nick, you need to make your pick.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So, do you want the summary or you just want me to pick? I'll give you a
Probably
quick.
just a pick at this point. Oh, you
Okay,
can
I'll
you
give
can
you.
say your reasons if you want to, though.
I'm picking Brian, and my reasons are we're gonna give him the voodoo.
Ooh, the
So,
three-way voodoo, the reversey cursey.
yep, the reversey cursey. I'm gonna give you the voodoo, Brian. You're still holding strong at 4-1. I think if your backs fuck you though, you'll lose. But
Well, that's the
other than
question.
that, I think you're
That's
pretty good.
that's the question. I will say my season is going to make or break this year, I think, on my running backs. I feel like I've got all the choices in the world, but fuck, I can't. They just can't stay healthy, and or they're possibly weren't even going to be playing on the team, or holding out this year. But so I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. We'll see how this goes. But you're right. I think a lot of it is, yeah, I'm gonna be on the line with those running backs.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Mark
Okay.
Andrews is doing pretty decent. It's good.
He's still. I will admit I was a little bit nervous. I mean, so I think it was what the first week he was out, and the second week he actually had a decent game with the touchdown. But yeah, it's been no, it's been yeah, pretty decent. You're right. I think there
Yeah,
was just one
Yeah,
game.
with the 1.25, I mean, it is helpful. That starts to add up.
yeah, it does. Like it's like a free 15 to 20 for Kelsey.
So
So
Nick,
that's not
how
bad.
has Kelsey been doing? Because I actually, now that I'm
He's
thinking
limping
about it,
around. He annoys me.
so let me take a look. So, man, they're saying he's the number 4 right now.
He's on his
God,
way
he's
up.
got he's got the targets though. That's the problem. Is it's just the he's gotten the couple touchdowns. Yeah, it's just he's
He's
not
gonna
getting the
get 2 touchdowns
receptions.
tomorrow.
Didn't he
I,
miss the first two games?
no, he missed one
First game.
game,
Oh,
first
just one
game,
game.
and so he's gone points wise 13, 21, 13, and 25.
I mean, that's great for a tight end. And maybe not quite to the Herculean effort of.
Did we lose him again?
I think so. Yeah.
God, we keep losing Sean at these
Every
amazing
time he says
moments.
something.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
like
I know.
about to be like, we just lost him at this Herculean.
There you are. So what
Oh,
were
we
you
got him
saying?
back. Okay.
Sean, what'd you say?
I was just saying, like, but he could get back to that at any given
Oh,
moment.
yeah.
I
I hope
really,
so. And tomorrow he's playing Denver, so I hope it happens tomorrow.
that's going to be an interesting game. It's a division game on a Thursday night. That could be a
Their
trap.
Chiefs are at home.
Really? Oh, they are?
Yeah. It should be a fucking what Sean
Yeah.
Payton's tanking.
Yeah, it's either going to be a just fucking just a ass kick or something bad's gonna happen. Like it's gonna yeah, we'll see. But okay, that's gonna be interesting. All right, actually, Sean, now that I'm thinking about it, I think it might be a good idea just really, really quickly. Do you happen to have the last set of picks that we did?
Oh, for week 4?
When was that? Was it week 4?
Yeah, it would be. Well, wait, shit. Um,
Do we
oh yeah,
actually
it
write?
was okay. No, yeah, it was 2 weeks ago because the matchups were me and Nick were playing. Uh, Misha and Brian, you guys were playing, so we can go back and look at that.
Well, yeah, just as a really quick, just so we can get our.
Yeah,
Okay, so do we have anybody on the podcast with us, or is it just me and you?
no, it was just me and you that week. So, Nick, for me and Nick, we both picked me, and that was when I was top scorer of the week. But I
Nice.
think one of us had said, I think it might have been me, closest matchup of the week, and that did not come true.
Mhm. Well,
I know. I'm
oh
sick of
my
playing the top
God.
scorers.
Yeah, 164 to 115. Whew.
Ouch. Okay. We picked so there was Nate and Will. We both picked Will, and dear God, we were wrong.
Oh
Nate
my
fucking crushed
God.
Will.
Almost by 100 points.
Yeah. Then we had John and Phil, and I picked John, so I got that. You picked Phil. We did
Wow.
say it would be the highest scoring match of the week, and I think it was.
Wow. You're right. I think
It
yeah,
was.
we combined.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Cool. So at least that was nice. And then Chris and Joey, we both picked Joey, and we were
Man.
wrong. Damn
Ugh.
it. And then for you and Misha, I picked Misha with the reverse curse, and it worked. And you picked yourself, so you
That
got that
feels
one
like
right.
that feels
But I
like
think
the
we both
only
got
one.
that right. We both got that right because I picked
Damn.
Misha on purpose to reverse curse,
Well, you did reverse
and
the
it
curse.
worked.
So wait, man, that feels really rough for me for my picks. What was
Right. I
the
feel like it's around 50-50.
ugh.
You
Yeah,
guys
I
should
think
keep a tally for the season and see
dude,
who wins.
that's a lot of work. That's a lot of work
You're
to do
right.
that.
We need see
Are
the
you
prop
serious?
no see
What?
this
Why
what?
don't you do it, Nick? You listen to the podcast. You can jot these notes down.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
somebody
You're on
could.
the
We could.
computer. Just open up Excel and make a season workbook.
No, I don't like
It's
to
like
be sitting on the computer.
Dude,
I like
that
to be
has got
walking around.
Brian is
bro,
though.
no,
Brian
that
is.
bro, that has
What?
got Chris's name written all over it. You want
Hey,
to see
Chris, come on the podcast. All you have to do is the spreadsheet and all the sound engineering.
what? I don't.
Jesus.
It'll be fun. It'll be
Okay, so
fun.
I don't see what's wrong with that. I feel like Chris would eat all of that alive. Like, first of all, obviously you say anything with DJing and sound stuff. Like Chris is wants to be all on top of it, and he can handle it. I'm telling you guys,
So we
if
would
you
say Chris would be sick beats and spreadsheets.
yeah, oh my
Ooh,
God,
I
dude,
like that.
oh my God, it's Sean, I know fire when I hear it. I know it. I know it, dude. That was that, dude. Oh my God. I gotta fucking write that down somewhere.
Put it in the
If you get
spreadsheet.
to 2 hours in the
Sick
podcast, there's a little nugget for you.
beats and spread sheets. There we
Oh, you
go.
just busted.
Oh my God, I just ended the podcast busting. This is the busting podcast for sure.
Brian just busted. Hell
Oh
yes.
my God.
That's amazing.
That's brilliant, dude. That's fucking brilliant. Oh my God. Okay. Well, you guys, I don't think there's any better way to end on that one. Well, except we still have to get through our picks, or is that all of our picks?
No, that's it. We're
That's
teed
Okay.
it.
up.
Yeah.
All right. Nick, was there anything you wanted to share? I really appreciate, or we both really appreciate you coming on and taking the time and talking. And this was the long one. This is probably our record, actually, for a
At least, well,
podcast.
for this year, for sure. I feel like we've had 2 hour ones in the past, like in years past.
Maybe we have, but man, somebody really getting rewarded for getting all the way to the end of this one. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Yeah, Nick, thank you for coming on. Was there any last thoughts that you wanted to share about this week, the season, anything at all?
Uh, uh, good luck, my friends. And if you if you do on your next nut, I hope you think of this podcast.
All the girlfriends and wives will thank you.
And if you don't have one of those, the magazine will.
The magazine.
Trying to think of what the screen, the like image of this. I think I'm just gonna try to find like a nut. It's
You
just
should
like
just
a.
do you should do sushi, like a picture of sushi with the water emoji, the water splashing emoji next to it.
How would I do? Oh, fuck! I don't have Photoshop. That's one of my big problems.
Yeah, okay, I don't know how to do any of that
I
stuff.
need to get, I need to get Photoshop. But Jesus, this was a good one. This was a lot of fun, you
That was a
guys.
good one. That was a fun one.
Yeah. Well, I guess that we're gonna go ahead and leave it here. Thank you, everybody. If anybody listened this far, um, So Sean, I guess you don't have any closing thoughts on anything, do you?
No, I'm retiring on a high note.
Okay, yeah, I think that's fair enough. Well, all right. Stay sound, bust your all nuts, and yeah.
There it is. That's a wrap.
It's
That's
a
a
wrap.
that's a bust.